Hi, this is Melody Rondo, and I'm going to be taking us through a lesson on translations. We have two learning intentions today. The first one, I'm learning how to transform figures on the coordinate plane. The second one, I'm learning how to create a rule for a transformation. We started that second one actually in our previous lesson, just as a heads up. We have two success criteria related to those learning intentions. The first one, I can translate a figure given a pre-image and its description, and there's a little example there for you. And the second one, I can create a rule in coordinate notation that describes a given transformation. And again, we did start the beginning of that, writing a rule previously. Let's get started. Here we go. So a translation is a transformation that slides all the points of a figure the same distance in the same direction. So we're going to see that in a minute, what that looks like. But it's not turning or flipping or anything like that. It's just kind of sliding it over. And then this is a rigid motion transformation. So let's get started with an example. We're going to draw the image of triangle ABC after a translation left 4 units and down 2. So literally I'm going to start with point A, and I'm going to count left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to count down 2 and put a point. There is my A prime. Same thing with point B. I'm going to count left 4, down 2, and there is B prime. And again with C, left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. And there is my C prime. And then of course connect the dots so we can see that nice triangle. Do my best here to connect these pretty good. And there we have it. That is a translation. So it's the same picture, it's just kind of moved over. Example 2, draw the image of figure ABCD. This is actually a trapezoid. After a translation, right 1 unit and up 5 units. So same basic concept. We're going to go right 1, start at point A, right 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a point. There's A prime. Same thing with B, right 1, up 5. There's B prime. With C, right 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is C prime. And with D, right 1, up 5, there's D prime. And again, connect the dots. And we see hopefully that this translation is just a moving of the figure. Again, no flips or turns, just moving its location. All right. The rules that we use in coordinate notation look like this. And let me just explain this business. So we start with our point XY, and it turns into the X here plus or minus. The plus or minus part has to do with what direction we're going. Plus would be going to the right, minus would be going to the left, because X is our left-right situation. And then we have Y, the plus or minus here. Plus or minus B is going, plus is up and minus is down. All right, and this is what you guys are writing. A negative A shifts left, positive A shifts right, negative B shifts down, and positive B shifts up. All right, so example 3, we're going to draw the pre-image and image of triangle ABC using the order pairs below and the given rule. So this one, they give us order pairs to start with. Before we apply that rule, I'm actually going to have us graph the order pairs. So A is at 2, 4. There's A. B is at 1, 2. B. And then C is at 4, 2. C. And then we'll connect the dots. And then, so this is our pre-image. This is the figure we're starting with. That's the pre-image. Then we're going to apply the rule, kind of like we did previously. A, B, and C. This time we don't have to guess what the, or not guess, we don't have to figure out what the order pairs are. They are given to us, so that part's nice. And so now I'm going to go ahead and apply the rule. This time it says take X and subtract 3, take Y and add 1. Okay, so my X is 2. I'm going to subtract 3, and then my Y is 4, and I'm going to add 1. That gives me A prime at, let's see, -1, 5, And then I do it with b, same thing. My x is 1, subtract 3. My y is 2, add 1. I get b prime at, let's see, negative 2 and 3. And then finally, again, my x is 4. I'm going to subtract 3. My y is 2, and I'm going to add 1. So I get c prime at, let's see, 1, 3. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on my graph. So here I go, negative 1, 5. This is a prime. Negative 2, 3. That's b prime. And then I'm going to actually move my b here so that we can see this a little bit better. Let me just relabel that down here. There we go. Okay, then my c is at 1, 3. So over 1, up 3. Here is my c prime. I'm going to go ahead and connect the dots. So there's our transformation. Now, this is, again, following the rule. The thing that I want to point out, though, is we could actually do this problem without showing all that work. What? Yeah, we can do it without showing all that work. If we go back to what the rule means up here, what we just saw in the previous one, when I am subtracting a value from x, the minus means I go left 3. And then when I'm adding a number to y, the plus in this case means I'm going up 1. So I could actually go back and count, and you don't have to necessarily do this, but we're going to check it. If I go from A, I can go left 1, 2, 3, and then I can go up 1, and I end up at the same place. So I could have done this by literally just counting on the graph and not even showing the work. I could have just counted. So that is another way to approach this problem when you have a rule that is a translation. So let's try that out in our next one here. We're going to do this one just with the rule. They gave us the points on the graph already, so we already have the pre-image, so we can just adjust it. So here, because I have plus 2, since it's in the x spot, so I'm adding it to x, that tells me a direction. Remember, x is always left or right. Since it's plus, it's going to be right 2. And then the y, because it's plus, remember y can only go up or down. Because it's plus or positive, it's going to go up 7. So I'm going to follow those with each one of these. So I'm going to start with A. I'm going to go count right 2 and go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is A prime. And I do that with each one, right 2, up 7, right 2, up 7. There we go. Oh, I did D prime, whoops. All right, and right 2, up 7, and C prime. And connect the dots, and there we have our next transformation. Now, if you prefer to write out the ordered pairs and then plug them in, you can still do it that way, but this is just another way to approach the problem. All right, the last part here, writing a rule. Find the rule that maps the triangle from ABC to A prime, B prime, C prime, and write it in coordinate notation. So for this one, just pick a point from your original or your pre-image. I'm going to just pick A because I'm boring. And we're going to figure out how did A get to A prime. So to get from A to A prime, it looks like I went up 1, 2, 3. So I went up 3, and then I went, actually let me draw it a little differently here. Cool. All right, so I went up 3, and then I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like right 5. So up 3 and right 5. So I'm going to write that down. Up 3 and right 5. All right, to turn that into a rule, so x comma y becomes, I'm going to say x, and then I have to decide which one goes with x. Does up go with x, or does going right go with x? So it should be the going right, and since it's right, that's a positive direction, so this would be x plus 5. And then the y would be the going up, and since it's up, it's going to be positive or plus 3. And that's how we write a rule in coordinate notation. I believe we have one more here, and again, you can pick any letter you want. This one, I think I'm actually going to pick L to try this out, and I'm going to go to L prime. All right, so to get from L to L prime, it looks like I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 to the left. So I'm going to say left 12. Cool. And then I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I go down 6. All right, so left 12 and down 6. Let's turn that into our rule. So x comma y turns into, again, we start with x, and we have to decide which direction goes with x. Is it left or the down? So x is always left or right, so it's going to be the left, and going left would be a minus, so this is going to be minus 12. And then, oops, not a closed parenthesis, sorry about that. Let me fix this really quick. Okay. Yes, so this is a minus. All right, and then the y goes up or down, so the down definitely is a y, and because it's down, it is negative, so it's going to be minus 6. And there is our rule. And that takes us to the end of our lesson. Go ahead and check off that success criteria. If you feel like you've got it, check it off, otherwise circle it, and then check Google Classroom for your assignments. Have a great day.